the 5th of the 10th, 2020. Time is 6:09. I have just finished writing a lengthy letter to Tracy, who is the clerk in Peterhead Sheriff Court, in relation to the case. Now, for a period in time, it seemed that Tracy was relaying certain messages to the sheriff, and what's been taking place since the sheriff doing a stated case, or a draft stated case, it seems that a lot of information hasn't reached the sheriff. As if it did, then a lot of what the sheriff's doing is completely, I can't even think of a word as to what she's doing. But if she's aware of all the information that I've gave to Tracy, then that should have stopped her in her tracks, and it should have been a case of allow Kimberly extra time in order to receive the documents that she's asked for several times, in order to facilitate or do the adjustments. But yet there seems to be some strange behaviour taking place. Considering the fact that myself and James were putting in numerous documents at the start of this case into Peterhead Sheriff Court, and none of the documents seem to see the light of day, I'm finding the behaviour of Tracy very questionable at the minute. So I've taken time, due to the fact they are not getting back in touch with me through emails recently, I've taken the time to write her yet another email. This was done at 5:38 p.m. Dear Tracy MacDonald, my apologies for contacting you so late in the day. As you are aware, today was the designated day for the sheriff to state her case with wet signature, and I gave her the 5th time. This is the 5th time that basically the sheriff's asked for additional time to state a case that Tracy in email has already stated it'll be the exact same as what I got before. So it should have been taking this length of time for her to just simply press a print button and send the exact same stuff that she's already said. So anyway, back to this. For the 5th time, she has not done so. Also, as you are aware, I asked for the 10 documents you sent in email to be resent to me, as they were not opening up in the attachments that you sent twice via email. On a phone call last Thursday, it was suggested that the 10 documents and all disclosure within the case would be sent to my new address of 17 Gordon Mills Place, Aberdeen, AB24 3HB, but this has still not arrived. Having informed the clerks of court of the attempts made by the police and post office to pervert the course of justice by interfering with my legal correspondence, and no proper investigation being done to address the issues I have raised, you can see why I would be extremely worried about all this. I trust that all the information I have spoken about over phones and emails have indeed been relayed to the sheriff by yourself, which would bring into question why, having been informed that I still have to be sent the information requested several times, being full disclosure, the 10 documents, the documents the appeal lawyers hold, and all reasonings as to why lawyers pull out at the last minute in representation, why the sheriff felt she could continue without adjustments, knowing that I would be making adjustments, but would require the information first. I I'm also still awaiting for all reports in relation to adult protection and support, to which the sheriff made a decision to appoint me to attend social work twice a week on the back of these reports. Also, I will require all ongoing disclosure from the police in regards to myself and all investigations they have upon me. If you could please provide all that has been asked for as soon as possible. I do of course find the treatment I'm receiving unfair, as the sheriff has been granted time after time to state a case that she has already said in a draft case that she would and will not be doing. But when I have asked only once for additional time to do my adjustments, I'm ignored and the sheriff proceeds to do a process without any notification being given to myself. For this reason, I will of course need full copies of all submitted reasonings to the sheriff principals for the sheriff's reasonings for her extension of time to allow her to state the case with wet signature. I would hope that all documentation can be sent out to me at once as a matter of priority to enable me to do this case and provide me with the much needed information I require to enable me to make the adjustments needed to the sheriff's draft case. Having called the office today in the hopes of speaking to you to relay the fact that I have still not received a single document that has been requested, I was informed you were still in court, then on a call. I was also informed that the sheriff has to the end of today to write her stated case with wet signature, and if she does, I should receive it tomorrow. I do not understand how she can do this if all information has been relayed to her, being that I am waiting for the clerk of court and the appeal lawyers to issue all documentation requested. If you could please email me when you get this to try and bring some understanding to me of what is going on, it would be much appreciated. Thank you, kind regards, Kimberly Bath.
That's quite cool, Kim.
So, quick gist is, I relayed absolutely everything to Tracy from the start of the case to date, and quick synopsises on phones. She did tell me that she's taken on board what I'm saying, she has taken notes, and she relayed several times that she has relayed all information to the sheriff. Through other clerks, I've also relayed the same information to them, and they've all said, yeah, we've taken notes, we've passed it to Tracy, and Tracy can assure you that she has passed it on to the sheriff. So they're all saying that the sheriff's got this information, but the way the sheriff's proceeded in it is acting is with blind intent to suggest that she's never seen any of this documentation, therefore putting the clerks at court into question.
Well, has the sheriff said that?
Well, that's how she's perceiving herself to be.
Well, you can't say that she's not seen any of this.
Right. But
whether she's seen it or no, the duty on the clerk to put it into the sheriff's paperwork timelessly.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether that's the failure or whether the sheriff's failed to act on the information. But what's probably happening is everything you send to them has gone to the sheriff and the sheriff's passing it to the cops. The cops will try to find their way around it.
Yeah. That's more likely the case.
And they'll put it down that they've got all this extra time because we're on an investigation on it, because we tried to defraud the court and manipulate her in case, and that way they came back and claimed we were mental and they had all the NHS staff ready to go either mental, go they're mental. That's what's happening in America.
Yeah, seems that way.
Yep. And just as well, we recorded absolutely everything. So I can't see whatever that sheriff wants to write, or whatever the police want to write, or whatever the court wants to spit back. I can't see anything being believed, considering we've got the credible evidence of what took place in the court. And then what they claimed at that time, we can show the organised crime right through the court. So if they want to be coming Chathamore door, analogous, such as what we're imagining, then we will need to go to the bottom of the barrel and shove it right up their fucking arses.